Gia Beats.
Yeah, man, so we're here with the legendary Sharky Major right now. What's going down, bruv? Yeah, just want to say it's an honour to be here, man. Bless up for having me. So look, I just want to just take it back, if just explain to all the new youths there, you know, like all the uneducated youths. I'm sure a lot of them come down to the Grime original raves as well, which is good to see. Obviously over the years the crowds are getting younger as well. Again, good to see the youths coming out raving and whatnot. So just educate the youths with Nasty Crew. So back in the days, obviously, like how was it back then for you? Like early days with a radio station and linking up with the guys and whatnot and things like that.
How it was like we were young and doing something new that nobody had really heard or seen much of. So yeah, it was exciting. Obviously at the time as well, when you're young and you got all the pressures of being young as well, that was interesting because obviously, like, I feel like we're mature now as artists and we've been around the block, we've seen a lot of things. So obviously when we see the youth coming up now doing the music and that, obviously it's a lot. I feel like it's a different setting to how it was for us when we first come through and was putting in the work, you get me, in some sense. But it's a good thing. I feel like the growth has been good and I'm happy that the game is at the place where it's at now still. For
real. And I mean, just for your just your personal thoughts and opinions, which thing do you miss the most, like from, you know, like the old school era days?
What do I miss? Wow. Obviously I do radio still up to today, yeah? Like, obviously radio isn't the same as it used to be because obviously there's so many different outlets and places for people to go to hear and see stuff. But obviously back in the day when you had that feeling of everyone ringing the phone line to get the shout outs and big
all the live calling going on and whatnot.
Yeah, live call.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Radio was a lot more exciting those times because you don't know who'd be locked in. You come off radio and your phone will be blowing. People say, yeah, I heard that show. It was sick. I taped it. You got people passing around the tapes and circulating and talking about what they just heard. And, you know, it's the new topic for the next day. People going into their school or college or whatever, going into work, talking about, yeah, did you catch Nasty Crew last night or this week's set? It was mad. So, yeah, that's what I miss, I think. There's that energy from the radio shows and the response you'd get. Now obviously you do radio, you still get people sharing the set back like how it would have been back in the day when you're giving out tapes. Now obviously people just share the link for that set, innit? Do you know what I mean?
For
so
real.
People still comment on it and that, but it's not like how it was when you were a kid and, you know, you're popular, everyone like knows that you're that guy, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
for real. No, I hear that, man. I hear that.
Obviously I'm still that guy, but back then it was different being the guy.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a throwback question, and like, what's your best memory in regards to like a radio set or a particular moment where you was doing maybe like part of a video back in the days? Like, have you got a special memory like with the early Grime days?
Bare memories, bro. I wouldn't say there's a lot of special memories, but I think the first special memory I think was when it all started. Like the whole Nasty Crew thing. And when we first went on radio, me, Storm and Marcus, and we was on radio for like 4 or 5 hours, just not stopping, like just killing it. Everyone, as I said, everyone was locked in. The whole ends was locked into the show. Like everyone's talking about this set, and because it was on for so long, people recorded different parts of the set until their tape ran out. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's mad. So basically that was a special moment because from that moment that's how we became Nasty Crew, from that one set, and we smashed it so much and had the phone, that radio station had never seen the phone lines go that crazy and the response that mad, and they were like, oh, you guys have to, you know, we'll give you anything you want basically, like in terms of what show you on, you know, we'll make you headline, we'll put in on events, we'll make you guys the guys, you know what I mean? So for us, that was sick, considering like me and Stormin, especially me, I'd never been on radio before. I know Stormin had done one or two things before I did in the music thing from Jungle Days and that, so he'd done one or two radio shows, but he never had a regular slot on radio. It was just like runaways, you know what I mean? So
yeah, for real.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man. Bless up for that. And then obviously moving on to the big thing now, the Grime Originals. First, I just want to say, like from a Grime fan myself, big up for even creating this movement. I think it's healthy. Loads of people are talking about it. I can definitely vouch for that. I'm sure, you know, loads of people are pinging down your phone and whatnot. But what gave you the idea, like the concept, like what was the whole idea behind you actually thinking about doing Grime Originals?
I think it just comes down to, I sat back and I looked at the game and I just thought, like, with the event side of things, whenever you go out, if we're lucky enough to have a Grime event, the format just kept coming across very generic and the same, in a sense of everything just about PAs. Like, we came from doing what we do on radio, live in a rave, when the DJ will play a beat, MC will spit his lyrics, the crowd will react to what they hear and see, sing-alongs, the energy is crazy, you don't know who's coming in next or what's coming in next. And that's what built Grime, or part of Grime. Majority of it was that, do you know what I mean, to start with. So I just felt like, yeah, events weren't the same anymore as it used to be, so I felt like we need to showcase the original format of Grime, how Grime got to where it got to, for new people that are just starting to listen to Grime and thinking, rah, like, so and so is sick, but don't understand what inspired him to want to do that music. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Or
for
them to
real.
want to do that music. So like, it was just about showing the history and the growth, where it comes from, what it's about, and showcasing that, and also the fresh up and coming talent who are also carrying the same sound and doing what we've been doing for years, but the events were missing that, so that's what we brought to the table again.
Cool. I mean, I know I'm going to put you on the spot here as well. Do you remember the first person, if you did call up someone, like who was the first person or group of people that you called up to let them know that you were going to do this movement in terms of Grime Originals?
Stormin, R.I.P. my brother, Nasty Jack.
And like, what was their reaction, obviously, like once you told them about your vision with Grime Originals?
They were on it. They were just like, yeah, man, do it, Sharky. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like, they were supportive because they just felt like I can do what I want to do, innit? I should do what I want to do. And, you know, some friends will try and give you a negative spin on things. Them two were just like, yeah, man, that's what you're on. Yeah, I'm on it. Like, let me know, innit? And that's what we've done. So, the first ever Grime Originals, Stormin was there, Nasty Jack was there. And yeah, a load of people like Flirter D, Mangard, Discarder. Who else was there? I think Mac 10 was DJing there. Yeah, so.
Yeah. And for the people out here, obviously, that don't know, obviously, I know them days are probably gone where it's just like texts and whatnot, everyone just grouping up in half an hour. So like, just for the people out there that are interested in knowing how, you know, like what it takes to organise an event, like Grime Originals, like what is, like how many days, weeks, months, like could it take to contact everyone and let them know where the lineup and obviously the event details and timings?
It's mad.
Like the one in Fabrics, obviously, like the one in Fabrics that you had recently, like how long would have that taken to organise that?
Where we just done the one in January, we had Grime Originals, the Wiley birthday bash that Wiley never came to, that one. But January that one was. And then after the January one, by the time that event was finished, during that event we had posters up telling people that the next one is in Fabric, and was handing out flyers outside the fire event for the next one, which was at Fabric. You see what I mean? So in some cases, if you're months ahead, then it's easier to plan and you've got more time to build up the promo and all the rest of it. But on average, I'd say you need roughly about 3 months before each event, if you're going to try and do it on a large scale or fairly large scale. If you're doing something a little bit smaller, like, I don't know, 300 people max, maybe with about 6 weeks, 8 weeks worth of promo, I think that's good. giving you guys the gems there. You get me?
For real. Yeah, no, bless up for that. And just the last couple of questions again. Thanks for your time. Big up. You know, what's your vision now? With obviously with Grime Originals. Like, are you happy with the scene right now? Like, with what you created so far. Like, was it the vision that you were seeing like before starting it all off?
Yeah, man, I'm happy with where Grime Originals is at. Obviously, it's gone to a level that I didn't expect it to get to so quickly. I always believed in what it could do because I felt like it was something the game was missing. And obviously, you know what it's like. If there's something that people want, just in general, then it's gonna grow, innit? Like the demand for that's gonna grow. So obviously, all we needed to do was show people that this is still sick, and you can still rave to this. And for those who are new coming to it, they've got a chance to see what it's about or what we've done. And for the people that it was about from back in the day, who don't maybe go to the raves no more or care much for Grime, are gonna be hold on, but yeah, those were my favourite people. Like, rah, I'm going. So that's what we've got now. We've got a mix of people from young to old, or young to middle age, whatever. I can't really say old, but like young to middle age people that are coming to the events and mingling and enjoying what we do. So yeah, man, we're going all over the place now. Like, we've started off small venue, then to a large nightclub event. Now we're at festival levels as well. So yeah, after that, I guess it's overseas international events.
For real. And what's the support been like with all the clubs? Like, have they been feeding the Grime Original scene and whatnot? Like, have you had any problems like trying to get in certain clubs?
No problems in terms of people in the events. Obviously, not every venue is suited for what we do, or they're not suited, or we're not suited for what that venue's about, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, but most venues that we've wanted to hold the Grime Originals at, we've been able to. To be honest, we've not really gone all over the show. What we've done, Southampton. We had a Brighton event, but that didn't end up happening. We had Fire in Vauxhall. We've done about 5 or 6 events there at Fire, and then we've got Fabric that we just did recently. So yeah, man, we're working hard still, just trying to keep the brand going. The plans to take it around the country and overseas. Obviously, yeah. Hopefully we'll be a Grime Originals festival one day, you get me? Cool,
man. And last question, like, for all the fans out there, like, where can they like buy all the clothing and obviously like catch your own material, the Grime Originals material?
Yeah, well, Grime Originals, obviously grimeoriginals.com/shop if you want to buy the clothing. Just go to grimeoriginals.com in general just to get an idea of what's going on for the movement. Obviously we're sitting in Major Music Studios now, so my music obviously is part of Major Music, and Grime Originals, we're putting out 2 sets of music. We've got Major Music releases and we've got Grime Originals releases. Look out for everyone part of the team, Major Music family, Otak K9, Tommy B, Talifa, King Ra, Black Steve, Bigger Man, Fuming, Scotty D, Olivia. Yeah, anyone I miss, it's all love.
Sweet, man. Bless up, bro. Big up, man. Big up K9, big up Scotty D.